Howdy folks, Brian Kusko here at Triple B, and today we're going to interview Jay Tomsky. If you don't know who Jay Tomsky is, he's the guy that's behind editing all of Brian BARCZYK's vlogs and filming them, and he's just a really cool guy who's in the industry of the reptile. I thought it'd be cool to talk to. You're watching Triple B TV. Jay.
Yes.
Great to see you, my friend.
It's great to see you as well. How's everything going?
Everything's going fantastic now that I'm standing next to you.
Oh, damn. You don't have to do me like that, bro. It's been a long time, but nice to catch up for sure.
Yeah, dude. Well, you've always had a really good, from the first moment I met you till now, like your energy's always just been solid and like consistent and bright and full of like love and happiness.
I'd say the same about you as well, dude. Like, and I think that's why we've clicked because, like, you know, we're both have a magnetic personality where it's like you kind of bring people to you because you're excited about the things you're doing in life, and that transfer of enthusiasm goes to somebody else. Now they're like, I want to do something exciting with my life, you know, and like, and it's an inspiration to see people like you and all of Brian's friends that I've gotten to meet who are living their dreams, and that's why I get to be so happy and joyful because I'm around and inspiring people constantly, you know.
So, had you been into reptiles at all before you started working with Brian?
Yeah, actually, I've watched before I started with Brian. I watched every single vlog that he put out. So I knew you before I got to meet you. I knew all the characters I've met now, and so I was watching Brian, but like really only Brian, right? Like I got my first snake for my 21st birthday. My fiance, love you, Maria, you know what I'm saying? But she got me a telescope, and I guessed what she got me, right? She was like trying to give me like a hint, and I guessed it, and she was mad. So I was like, hey, why don't you just get me a snake? I've always wanted a ball python. Go get me a ball python. We did, and then I started watching his videos, and then I got really enveloped in his personality, and the way that he shot his videos were just like very compelling to me. And when push came to shove, I started commenting every day, you know, and then eventually he needed a filmer, and then I was like, I'm jetting on in, dude. And, you know, because like you said, you know, I have a fun personality. I'm usually pretty lighthearted. We kicked it up. We hit it off really easily, and then it's the rest been history, man. We've just been making cool content as much as we possibly can, you know. But yeah, I've always been into reptiles my whole life.
Awesome. Yeah, he mentioned to me when he first, like, when you were, I think, just coming out for like a test run, basically,
yeah, like a week, yeah.
Take some pictures. He was talking about you. He's like, this guy Jay, I think you really like him. I think you guys have like get along well. Like he's got this kind of similar energy to you,
yeah.
and I was like, okay, yeah, I think it's funny that you think you know who I would like and all that.
yeah. But it's true though, like right, like and even through seeing you in Brian's videos, like I knew I would get along with you because I mean, even right now, you're listening to me talk and you have a smile on your face. I could see your teeth. You know what I'm saying? Like, and most people are not like that, and it's very easy to talk to somebody when they feel happy and joyful and smiling, and so I always try to be the same way too. You know, before I was doing camera stuff, I was doing sales and customer service, so like, it taught me a lot about like how to carry yourself, how to sell yourself to other people, and like what are the things that are important in a conversation to make somebody appreciate who you are quickly. You know, elevator pitch type stuff. You know.
Interesting, because I grew up. I was very introverted. Like I'm still a converted introvert, I would say. So I didn't really necessarily learn how. Well, I guess I had to learn how to like hang out with people and be with people and want to because it's different to like force yourself to be with people and just work through it versus actually feeling like you want to be with people. Yeah, that was a perfect example.
Perfect. We should do a layer mask, but then like put like a total different scene under that. But no, and I agree with you. And I listen to two genres of music mostly, which is metal and rap, but rapper Kendrick Lamar says he's an antisocial extrovert, and that really hit me because I'm kind of similar, where it's like I'm extroverted as a person, but I'm not the type I don't like to hang out with like a bunch of people. Like even like being here is like a heavy thing for me, you know what I'm saying? Because like I don't like being around large groups of people, but I do it and push myself because you're not going to do as much if you're sitting home doing nothing. You need to be out and push yourself out of your comfort zone. And so I was always good at talking to people, but I never necessarily was like good at, I never went to parties in high school. I never did any of that. I was always invited. I just didn't want to go. I didn't want to be around a bunch of people. I'm more like, I want to hang out with 4 people and just chill out, you know?
That's exactly how it was. And I went to parties, and I would be there, and I would literally talk to no one.
Yeah, I just don't like it. It's an awkward scenario where it's like, I don't like most of these people anyway. I'd rather be around people I really like. So like, I would rather take the 10 best people, me, you, Brian, whoever, Jay, whatever, and just sit and like hang out and chill, because we're gonna get to talk and get down to cool conversations way quicker than in an atmosphere like this where it's kind of just small talk for 6 hours. Me, I want to like really dive into each person's personality, you know?
I hear you, man. And I've been blessed that these shows in particular, this show in particular, whatever, this Tinley Park show.
This has been nuts.
There's people, like the conversations I've had here, I've had conversations with people where like either they're breaking down in tears or I'm breaking down in tears at this show. And it's crazy to have that happen. It happens here more often than anywhere else I've ever been in my life.
Which is interesting. And this is my first time ever been to Tinley, let alone a show even close to this size. I've been to like King of Prussia. I don't know if you've ever been to that show. That's like a small show in like Pennsylvania, like outside Schaumburg area, I guess, or whatever, the one that's over there. And then I've been to like a couple other little ones with Brian, like one in like Norfolk or something like that. But other than that, I've never been to anything like this. So this is like really wild. And like, no matter what level a person's at this show, they're all striving to be doing something they love for a living. And it's just super inspiring to be around people like that, for sure.
Yeah, man. Well, you're an inspiring dude yourself, bro. You are. I'm sorry. I don't say these things lightly. Fortunately,
I know, and I appreciate it.
Fortunately, a lot of the people that I guess I get to choose who I want to. Like, we want to come and talk. I like them. There's something I like about them already, and it's just cool to see like how you've melded in with Brian and working with him, because I know you're a big help to him, because a lot of people know he's put it out there very public that he deals with a lot of anxiety, and there's a lot of that stuff in his life, and I think you help him a lot.
Well, I would say in the past 3 years I've been with him, I think I might be with him more than any other human on earth, because most of the time he's at home, he's probably sleeping, or working, doing something. But I'm with him every day, all day, through the ups and downs. And whether it was through clinical anxiety of like actually dealing with an anxiety break, or just the day-to-day anxieties of running a million businesses, having all these irons in the fire, doing crazy initiatives that normal people would be like, that one thing's enough to give me a stroke, and he's doing 30 of them, So he needs people like us around him to like give that bump of positivity, because it's very easy to be bleak when your whole schedule's taken up by fiscal responsibilities, You're not looking at the day-to-day of like, well, it's really pretty outside, You're like, oh, I got to do this, I need to do this. You're never even taking the second to stop, so you need somebody to be like, yo, take in this moment. Like, let's relax. You're at a cool show. You haven't been here in 6 years, and it's been very positive, So, like, I always try to get Brian to do that, because it's something that I really take heavily, dealing with anxiety and depression. And it's like, it was weird. Like, I met him at a perfect time where I finally got out of my anxiety and depression break, and then he started going into his. And so, like, I had the tools to help him because I just learned to help myself. You know what I'm saying?
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, man. Well, Jay, I appreciate you taking a second to talk to us, man. It's busy, it's a show. And
dude, I appreciate your Tyrannosaurus Rex mic. That's pretty dope, dude.
Sweet. Well, thanks again, man. Seriously.
Dude, no problem. I appreciate it. Hope to see you again soon.
Yes, sir. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will say that after I do my little outro spiel here, there was a bit of audio and stuff that Jay talked about that I thought was pretty deep, heartfelt, and inspirational, that I'm actually going to include in a clip after I'm done talking here. So if you want to stick around, check that out, do that. And also, if you'd like to come and join us for a conversation tonight, we're going to have a Zoom call with Jay. So if you have some things you want to talk about with him over a video call, we're going to be doing that tonight. The link is down in the description if you would like to join us for that. And if we see you there, that would be great. If not, we'll see you next week right here on Triple B TV. Y'all take care. Perfect, man. Yeah,
I appreciate you, bro.
You said a lot of smart things with it too. That last little thing was like, well, some real good words in there. Like, I'm gonna have to go back.
I really wish that we could get to know each other better, because I think like me and you would have very good conversations. Just like trust me, as much as you think I am, I'm 10 times deeper. 100%. Like,
I can see it.
I'm into wild shit, bro.
I can feel it.
And I just, I dealt with a lot of suicide. Like I actually did kill myself once. Was brought back to life in a hospital.
Wow.
I tried another time with drugs. One time was this. I literally like sliced myself to the bone and was bleeding out in a bay in New Jersey. And that was the time I actually died due to blood loss. And they brought me back with a defib. And then the first time I did it, I tried using like a lot of drugs, and I was like overdosing for 3 days, and I couldn't even imagine my life now at that point in my life. So like it gave me I would never take it back ever. Is I guess my point. Even though I did something incredibly stupid and selfish and hurt my family and all that stuff, it taught me so much about like perspective on life and appreciating like I said, dandelions or like a sunset, and you know, like shit that most people are driving past just thinking about their daily problems. You know what I'm saying? So it gave me a lot of perspective on all that shit, and I think it was a blessing no matter what, you know. And now hopefully I can help other people that are like, hey, I'm dealing with suicidal shit, and it's like, dude, like look, like you that person probably is like, oh my god, I wish I could work with Brian every day. Dude, I would have too, and I would have killed myself before I known I would have. You know what I mean? Like, how wild is that? And to me, it's like, that's so bizarre. Like, you know, we might be going to Australia and Africa this year. I would have never imagined in my life that at that point when I'm like that I would ever go to anywhere. You know what I mean? Or would want to. So it's just, it's a wild thing. But that's enough. I love it.
Do you mind if I include any of that audio you just
You
put
can
up there?
put whatever you want. I don't really care at all.
Because that's pretty inspirational stuff.
Yeah,
right there.
of course, yeah. If you want to talk
that's
about
gonna
it.
that's gonna help a lot of people. What you just
I hope
said.
so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah, I really do. It's you know, and like, listen, I didn't have a life as bad as most people. You know what I mean? I had a great mother, great grandmother. You know, I had amazing friends always. You know what I mean in my life. I had just certain things in my life that like I didn't click with, and it drove me to a point of like going crazy constantly and like looking at only that one thing. And I've like came up with this saying. It's really corny, but bear with me. But like, you know, when you walk outside every morning, you have two choices. You can look up at the stormy clouds in the sky, or you can look at the dandelion or butterfly on the ground, right? The thing is like, if you're looking at the stormy sky, you might step on the butterfly. And if you look at the butterfly, you might never notice there were storm clouds to begin with, right? And it's like, it's how I try to look at life, is like, it's just what you're focusing on. And if you feel like this negative energy constantly, you're probably focusing on the wrong things that are probably a much smaller part of your life than you think they are, you know? And, yeah. Slava Ukraine. I appreciate you, bro. I really do.